Don't worry, I'm not really going to do that. Welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom, Marvel DVD and Blu-ray collectors, limited editions, versions and variants. Today we're going to be having a look at the Iron Man film, which is the first film independently produced by Marvel Studios. So we'll start with the Ultimate Iron Man 2-disc version. There's two versions of this one. Now this is the initial launch, and as usual with initial launches you've got the card sleeve, but this is different significantly from later versions. So with this version you have a die-cut hole there that actually shows Tony Stark's arc reactor as you put the cover on. Now this inner sleeve is completely different to what you get on the standard Ultimate version. No text on it as well, which is quite nice, a bit different. Now one thing I will say with the Iron Man DVDs, the actual DVDs themselves are pretty boring, certainly for the UK ones. Now I'll show you the standard or the later version of the Iron Man Ultimate Edition. But first, this is possibly one of the more interesting pieces you'll find on Iron Man. So this is actually a lenticular sleeve that you got from Comic-Con. Now, I've actually put this on said second version of the Ultimate DVD there. Sorry, yeah, DVD. Now this sleeve is the real story, however. So this was one of only 5,000 that were issued at Comic-Con in 2008. And obviously the idea was you could put this on essentially any DVD. Now I chose to put it on the Ultimate Edition because the actual art is essentially in the same series. So you've got the Mark 1 and Mark 2 versions here. This one obviously being the Mark 3. There you go. Next up we have a Steelbook, and this is a Netherlands version. So don't see much from the Netherlands, but this is one I've picked up. So this is essentially the standard art, but obviously as a Steelbook. Again, a boring DVD. There's your back sleeve right there. Now in the UK, this is the standard version of the Steelbook. There's actually a Blu-ray version of this as well, I believe. And again, more boring DVDs. There are actually a couple of other variants of this actual art here. There's kind of like a mirrored image with the Iron Man logo down the bottom, which actually goes for a fair bit of money, but it's roughly the same artwork, maybe a little bit difference in the lighting and stuff. Possibly I may get them one day. This is the German home version, which I believe just means a retail version. Significantly different artwork and quite moody, dark. I actually quite like this picture. I think it's quite decent. I'm ashamed didn't come out in the UK like that. It's interesting that they don't actually have Robert Downey Jr. on the front there, which is kind of what you would expect them to do in a lot of these. They do have a decent CD on it, however. Next up, we have a Play.com re-release. This is a exclusive to them. Now, this and the Iron Man 2 version of this actually annoy me a little bit because on Play.com this was sold out within a day or so of it coming out, and it was pretty much bought by people who bought it to resell on eBay for a massive markup. And that kind of annoys me, if I'm quite honest. So in future, if stuff like that comes out, make sure you pre-order it, because otherwise you get massively stung from people trying to sort of jump on that bandwagon. So it's the same sleeve as the Ultimate version, but it's a nice Blu-ray Steelbook. Okay, so this one is it's a metal tin, so rather than a Steelbook. Now the same sleeve as the Netherlands Steelbook, but this one is a German version, and you have another version of the home one inside. And my version's got a little dink in it, unfortunately, but them's the breaks. Next up we have the mask version. This was in the UK at least, an exclusive to the retailer HMV. Now, There's again a Blu-ray version of this, and there's also in America you can get a silver mask, which was a Target exclusive, same mould and everything, but just coloured silver like the Mark II armour. Now what you've got here, that's actually a 3D, if you can't really make that out, that's actually a 3D moulded plastic, so you can stick your DVDs actually in there and it will open up. Lastly, you've got my personal favourite item, which is another German Steelbook with again different art. Now this is my favourite picture of the covers of the Iron Man DVDs that I own. You've got slightly embossed writing and a border around here. So there you go. So what I'll do is, I know this isn't all of the versions that are available, so if you just stay to the end of the video, what I'll do is I'll put some images up of the other versions that I know exist that I simply don't have at the moment, at least anyway. And also, if there's anything you don't see on this video, let me know in the comments, and let me know of the versions that you have seen, which is your favourite. I look forward to seeing you next time.